Welcome back. I'm Francesca and here's your Newsmax Now update. The State Department has now confirmed the death of a U.S. citizen who traveled abroad to fight with Islamic radicals in Syria. State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki says the U.S. is using every tool available to track Americans who join ISIS and other terrorist organizations.
As I mentioned yesterday, that is a reminder of the growing concern that the United States has, that many countries in the world have, about the thousands of foreign fighters from 50 countries who are engaged in Syria and are affiliating themselves with some of these extremist groups.
33-year-old Douglas Arthur McCain, who is believed to be in Syria fighting for ISIS, was killed yesterday during a battle between rival extremist groups. Meanwhile, dozens of Americans have tried to join various militant groups in that region of the world. Some estimates say that the number could be as high as 300. And in France, citizens support ISIS about as much as they support their own president. A new poll from Newsmax reveals that 16% of French citizens have a positive view of Islamic radicals in Iraq and Syria. Meanwhile, President Francois Hollande's approval rating is around 18%. And now Peter Theo Curtis, the American journalist held captive for nearly 2 years by Islamic extremists, is back home in Boston. Earlier today, Curtis spoke with members of the media.
I have to bond with my mother and my family now, and I can't give you an interview, and I can't give you a talk back and forth.
Curtis, understandably emotional there, says he plans to speak with reporters sometime in the future. He also thanked everyone involved in negotiating his release. And White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest is keeping no secrets about President Obama's plan to bypass Congress. Earlier today, Earnest spoke about executive orders related to climate change, but says Obama doesn't need to go at it alone.
We would welcome any sort of cooperation we would receive from anybody on Capitol Hill, Democrat or Republican, who'd be willing to engage and work side by side with the administration to make progress on some of these goals.
The Obama administration will sign a multinational UN agreement requiring the U.S. and other foreign countries to adopt new environmental policies and regulations. However, President Obama's UN treaty would require 2/3 approval from the upper house of Congress. And as Republicans seek to take over the Senate in November, that may never happen. And Rick Perry's recent run-in with the law is curtailing the Republican governor's constitutional rights. As part of his bail agreement, the Texas governor has been forced to leave his sidearm on the sidelines. Perry has been a staunch supporter of the right to bear arms, and even bragged once about killing a coyote while jogging, this back in 2010. That's your Newsmax Now update. Now, back to New York.